Okay. Um, Hi, all the students. Today's subject is to be power electronic, power electronics. That is, subject is to be power electronics, and the lecture is to be introduction to power electronics. Here, we know that electronics, about the electronics, we know the diodes, and also we know the transistors. These are the components we discussed in previous semesters, whatever it may be. These are the components which are used for as a switching purpose. These diodes and also the transistors. That is, if we divide those two switches, suppose if we consider a diode and also consider a transistor having controlled and also the uncontrolled devices. Here, electronics means we know that the diodes, if you consider silicon diode and also the germanium diode, all these diodes are turn on or switch on for a small value of voltage, nothing but 0.5 volts, 0.3 volts, nothing but less than 1 volt. The diodes and the transistors are turn on at less than 1 volt value. That is nothing but that is nothing but the electronics and also the electronic components. But what about the power electronic? Power electronic, in the name itself, all the power systems, electrical power systems, needs some switching equipment or the switching devices. That is nothing but the power diodes and also the power transistors, if you call. But we are always called power switching devices or power switching components. Here, if you consider, I will tell you an example. In our home purpose, domestic purpose, home needs, we are using nowadays all the households for we are using the inverters. Inverters that uses some battery also. With the inverter, with respect to the inverter, we are using some battery also. That is, what about the voltage we are getting from the main supply of a distributed feeder of, suppose if you consider 230 volts a single phase supply, this 230 volt single phase supply has been converted converted into, first it should be reduced by using of a step down transformer towards a 24 volts value for a battery. Nothing but that is depend upon the, what about the value of the battery you have placed. That is nothing but 24 volts, 48 volts, whatever it may be. The transformer step downs the value of the voltage with respect to 24 volts, and here it is converted into AC to DC. And also again, if the power supply from the main feeder has been turned off, therefore the inverter can be turned on. Therefore, what about the storage voltage in the DC form in a battery has been again converted by using an inverter, that is to DC AC, DC to AC. That is one of the main application. In our home appliances or household needs, we are using these inverters. Like this, if you go for an industrial areas also we are using this inverters and also the converters also. In all the, if you consider that is an inverter example, like this, so many applications we are having using the power electronic switching devices. That is nothing but about the subject, and we discuss now of what about the power electronics and also the what is the objectives. Here I'm showing that next slide, in the next slide, that is introduction, which is nothing but a preface or a preamble, preface introduction, and next learning objectives and power semiconductor devices. That is the first unit if you consider. Single phase converter is the second, three-phase converters, DC to DC converters, DC to AC converters, and AC to AC regulators. The next one, learning outcomes. And what about the textbooks? Here, about the introduction, if you come, the usage of the power electronics in day-to-day life has been increased in recent years. Yes, example, a small example is to be, we are using nowadays fans, ceiling fans, which is used with a regulators. A small application it is a. In previous days, think about previous past years, if you observe that the ceiling fans has been controlled by regulators with having a resistance, a wire wound resistance, a wire wound coil has been used to control the regular fan, ceiling fan. Nothing but the speed can be controlled here. That is nothing but if you observe that we are having some 5 knobs and we are changing the each one, first knob, second knob, third knob up to 5. Therefore, with respect to the changing the knob value, knob pointer, what should be happen? The speed of that particular fan has been controlled. That is nowadays, if you observe nowadays, these ceiling fans has been having placed a regulator with a small power electronic device, with a small power electronic switch. This is the best application nowadays, household applications. That is nothing but the the power electronics in a day-to-day life has been increased in present years. Here, it is important for the student to understand the fundamental principles behind all these converters. Nothing but I have told that example of inverter. For an household purpose, we are using an inverter. And also fundamental principles of the converters. Fundamental principles of the converters is the best to know about all the student to understand. Why? Because from the converters only we are studying next inverters. Okay, next this subject covers characteristics of semiconductor devices and also AC to DC, DC to DC, AC to AC and DC to AC converters. Next one, the importance of using pulse width modulated techniques to obtain high quality power supply is also discussed in detail. What is about this point? If you observe one example or one application I have been told tell you, that is if you consider a small village, if you observe a small village having 100 houses, each house is equipped with a single phase supply and having a wattage value of, for suppose, 5 kilowatt. 5 kilowatt is the load value. The total 100 houses having 100 into 5 kilowatt. That is the 500 kilowatt power requirement or a power demand to the total village. Here, if you consider these 100 houses in a village has been equipped with one substation of one side. That is nothing but from the first point, if you first house, if you consider, what should be happen means from the first side of a one number house has been starting with respect to the substation. The substation supplies up to 50 houses or the 60 houses with a rated voltage value. Next, after that 60 to 70 houses, what should be happen means the voltage value has been reduces. Depend upon the load using by these houses, the voltage is not maintaining a stable value. To maintain the stable voltage towards up to the 100 house also, we can use some of the power switching devices. This is nothing but this is a power electronic. Okay, that is nothing but the quality of the power supply. Next, what is the objectives we mostly observe this is Study the characteristics of various power semiconductor devices and to designing and the devices and firing circuits for SCR. The power semiconductor devices require some firing circuits. Firing circuits means if you that is nothing but a turn on process. That is a considering of a turn on process for the SCR. SCR is nothing but a silicon controlled rectifier or converter. It is also called as a rectifier or converter. Next one, to understand the operation of single phase full wave converters and analyzation of harmonics in the input current. Understanding of the operation of single phase full wave converters is also very much important. And what type of harmonics are occurred? Why? Because while we are applying the firing circuits, using the firing circuits to turn on the switches, power electronic switches, to turn on the power electronic switches, here some of the harmonics with respect to the switching performances, we are getting harmonics. So to analyze the harmonics in the input current is also very much to be understand in the subject. Next one, to study the operation of the three-phase full wave converters and to understand the operation of different types of DC to DC converters, and also operation of the inverters and application of a pulse width modulation techniques for voltage control and harmonic mitigations. Harmonics are occurring, but how can you reduce or decrease? That is nothing but the mitigation, or if you consider completely eliminate, that is the important one. Most of the time while we are using the inverters, we are getting some of the harmonics. To analyze the operation of AC to AC regulators, these are the objective points while we are discussing the subject we are getting. Next, first, power semiconductor devices. In the power electronic subject, we are dealing with this power semiconductor devices, or power switching devices. That is, thyristors or silicon controlled rectifiers. Thyristors is also called as a silicon controlled rectifiers, that is SCRs. Characteristics of power MOSFET and power IGBT. Nothing but these MOSFET, IGBT, and also some of the BJTs, bipolar junction transistor. These MOSFET is called the full name metal oxide silicon field effect transistor or semiconductor field effect transistor, and IGBT means insulated gate bipolar transistor. Here, these two also switches power semiconductor devices. Here, these comes under the silicon control rectifiers family. These two MOSFET and IGBT and also the BZTs and also some GTOs. These all comes under semi-controlled rectifier family only. In the power semiconductor devices, in detail we discuss in detail of SCRs, silicon controlled rectifiers, and their symbols and also the firing circuits. These all how the output waveforms we are getting while giving the input value. These are the basic unit for this power electronics. Next, basic theory of operation of the SCR, silicon controlled rectifier, and their characteristics. And also, we are using turn on and turn off method. Nothing but the SCR is a controlled device. If you consider in electronics, silicon, germanium diodes and silicon diodes we are having, and also some of the transistors. Here, these comes under the uncontrolled devices. But here, in a power semiconductor devices of power electronics, this SCR and SCR family of all the switches is all or controlled devices. That is the important one or the advantage. Controlled devices. Okay. That therefore, with respect to using of some firing method or the gating signal towards the switch, turn on and turn off methods are possible. That is, we are interested to turn on at some time, and if you are not, if you are off the complete circuit, to turn off also. By using turn on turn off methods, we will operate properly. And next one, dynamic characteristics of SCR. Dynamic characteristics, we are having static characteristics and also the dynamic characteristics. Nothing but in dynamic characteristics means, if you observe a small application, I will tell you. If you are using in our house an inverter, the inverter is connected to, with respect to a battery. Without a battery, there is no use of an inverter also. With using a battery, the inverter has been working. Here, if you suppose, if the load on that particular battery has been increased, actually the battery has some rating voltage. Suppose 200 watts. 200 watts is the rating value, suppose. And also with respect to the time basis, the load is also operating on the battery. That's why ampere hour we are calling as an ampere hour. Nothing but, if you consider, say a tube light, we are having a 40 watts. With respect to 40 watts and also the voltage, while we are applying 230 volts, we can calculate the current rating also. Nothing but 0.2 amperes, 0.4 amperes, a ceiling fan having a 0.8 amperes or 6 amperes. Therefore, the battery is also having some ampere rating. That's why the batteries, all the battery ratings are ampere hours only, in ampere hours. Okay, here, while we are studying about this, whenever the load on that particular battery has been increased, for suppose, the inverter can be produce some noise. That is nothing but it should be changing towards a dynamic characteristics. Normally, static characteristics means it should be using some load. Suppose we are using a 1 ampere load on that particular battery, less than 1 ampere or 1 ampere current rating. Whenever the current rating has been increases means it should be comes under towards another characteristics, even in a converter or the inverter, whatever it may. That is an example. That's why the static characteristics and also the dynamics characteristics are different of an SCR. Here, next one, snubber circuit design is also there. And next one, basic requirements of the gating circuits for SCR, IGBTs and MOSFETs. Gating circuits, what we are discussing about the firing circuits, that also comes under the gating circuits. Basic requirements of the gating circuit for SCR, IGBT and MOSFET. These all are discussed on the power semiconductor devices unit. Next, single phase converters. Single phase converters, a converter is nothing but a converter is a device which converts AC supply into DC supply. A rectifier is also called as a converter. Yes. An inverter is also a converter, but it is another method, an inverter which converts DC to AC. That is different. Here, the single phase converters, in converters, what about the availability of the AC supply is converted into DC supply. That is the meaning of the converter. Here, single phase converters. Yes, these are comes under the single phase supply, and how the controlled rectifiers has been used with respect to the input and also the loads we are discussed here. That is single phase half wave controlled rectifiers with a resistive load and resistive inductive load, with and without freewheeling diodes. This freewheeling diode is nothing but, suppose the freewheeling diode is a switch which doesn't allows any current values from load towards the supply system. That is the meaning of the freewheeling diode. If you use a resistive load, suppose if you use a resistive load, what should be happen? The resistive load which consumes the power. But with respect to the resistive load, an inductive load has been placed means what should be happen? If you use an inductive load also, some amount of energy, that is a power in an inductive energy, inductor, that is half Li square, in form of half Li square, it should be storing. That is nothing but the resistive inductive load. That is nothing but resistive inductive load. And with and without freewheeling diode, how the control rectifier output can be observed. That is nothing but the our aim. Our aim is to be half wave control rectifiers. While giving the input value, what is the output we are observing? What is the output is observing is important one here. Next, if you consider single phase full wave control rectifiers. Previously, half wave control rectifiers we are observing. Nothing but half wave means if you consider a sinusoidal waveform, if you observe a sinusoidal waveform having as an input as an input towards the rectifier, what is the output value in a half wave control rectifier? In a sine waveform, we are getting positive half cycle and also the negative half cycle. But what about the negative output side? We are getting the half wave control rectifier. Half wave control. That is nothing but we are getting the half wave only. That is nothing but only positive wave. Yes, we are getting the positive wave. Okay. But in a single phase full wave control rectifiers, if you provide to the circuit or the rectifier device, here the input as a full wave, sinusoidal waveform full wave, positive half cycle and also the negative half cycle. Here we are getting the output value is to be positive and negative half cycle. That is the difference between these two, half wave control rectifiers and full wave control rectifiers, and also center table configuration and bridge configuration. But here we are changing always the load values of resistive load and also the resistive inductive loads with freewheeling and without freewheeling diode. But here another point has been given that continuous and discontinuous conduction mode of operation. Is the sinusoidal waveform as giving as a continuous conduction mode or discontinuous conduction mode? Discontinuous means we are breaking that particular waveform. Okay, nothing but the operation is to be continuous or discontinuous, nothing but we are getting a break. Discontinuous means it is a break. Okay, next one. Sorry. Next one. Effect of source inductance in single phase fully controlled bridge rectifier with continuous conduction. Effect of source inductance in single phase fully controlled bridge rectifier with continuous conduction. These all are discussed in a single phase converters. Okay, next one, three phase converters. In three phase converters, the same thing we will follow. That is, we are applying the three phase input supply. In previous we are observing that single phase supply, and here now three phase converters. So that is a three phase input we are giving towards the circuit, and what we are observing in the output value. That is three phase, half wave and full wave, uncontrolled rectifier and controlled rectifier with R and RL load, that is in resistive and resistive inductive loads of a three phase fully controlled rectifiers. Here we are using a semi-controlled rectifier also. Okay, next DC to DC converters are also called as a choppers. DC to DC converters. The input is a DC supply and the output is also the DC supply. That is our aim. Nothing but the application is to be DC supply input and also DC supply output wherever it is possible, that we are using this DC converters. For example, DC is the fixed value. We know all of you know that a DC is a fixed value. The DC is a fixed value, and normally we know that the AC supply is a variable voltage supply and the DC is a fixed value or the constant voltage value. Here, the input is a constant DC voltage But what about the output value we are getting is a variable DC voltage. Variable DC voltage. That is nothing but the DC to DC converters. Here we are analyzing the buck boost and also the buck converters and boost converters and also the buck boost converters in continuous conduction mode. These are nothing but the different types of the circuits in a continuous current continuous conduction mode and also the discontinuous conduction modes. Continuous conduction mode and discontinuous conduction modes of operations we are getting here, observing in buck boost and all other circuits. Next one, flyback converters is also observing here. Flyback converters. This is a new one. The principle of operation of forward and flyback converters in CCM. Continuous conduction. Next one, DC to AC converters. Previously, I explained that is for household purposes we are using the inverters. This is nothing but the DC to AC converters. In this DC to AC converters also, we are using single phase supply and also the three phase supply. Three single phase half bridge converters, full bridge converters. You are also discussed previous in electronic circuits of a half wave circuit, full wave circuit. The same way, the output waveform we are observing that for the half bridge and also the full bridge circuits for of the inverters. Here also we are using that resistive loads and also the resistive inductive loads. Next one, the inverters may operate 120 degrees of operation. It is, I am showing that 1200, that is nothing but the 120 degrees. 120 degrees of conduction and 180 degrees of conduction modes of operation. This is nothing but the inverter operation. Next one, pulse width modulated inverters. Nothing but the inverters require some control techniques. Control technique, that is a pulse width modulation, frequency modulation techniques. These are the different techniques we are using for the inverters. In now present days, we are using in industrial areas induction motors as the load, three-phase induction motors. Here, these three-phase induction motors requires all are operate on drive modes. These are AC drives. You observe that AC drives. The AC drives that are using the induction motors as a motors, running as a motors. Therefore, to control this particular drive or to motor, nothing but the motor can be suddenly starts, suddenly stop, braking methods. These are all comes under are happening in the motor at some particular time. Therefore, what type of modulation techniques we are using? That is nothing but this one, pulse width modulation and also frequency modulation. Okay. Prevention of shoot through fault in voltage source inverters and current source inverters. We're having, and also voltage source inverter and current source inverters also we're having. Next one, introduction to auto sequential commutative current source inverter. This is a new one in our syllabus. Introduction to auto sequential commutative current source inverter. In this inverters unit, we will discuss all these one. Next one, AC to AC regulators. That is also called voltage regulators. Example, I have been told that in a ceiling fans we're using this regulators. Okay. Next one, static VA characteristics of a triac. We're using as a triac here. Triac is a switch and modes of operation. Single phase AC to AC regulator. Phase angle control and integrated cycle control with R and RL load for continuous and discontinuous conduction of operation. Single phase AC to AC regulators we observe, and also three phase AC to AC regulators also we are observed here. Okay, and this is the last unit, AC to AC regulators. These are all the units we are observed here. And next one, what are the learning outcomes we are occurring? Learning outcomes. And also textbooks. Power electronic circuits devices applications by M.H. Rashid, and also Power Electronic Essential and applications by Umanand, L. Umanand. These are also important books which we have all the units or all the topics we will discuss today. in this subject. All the sub units completely happen in textbooks, having the textbooks is also very much important textbooks. Okay, thank you.